Hello and welcome to Traveler's Bazaar. My name is Quinn Russell. I'm an architectural journalist based here in Dubai. I'm right at the base of the world's tallest tower, the Burj Khalifa. You might not be able to see it because of all the landscaping. It's so beautiful around. Oh, there it is. It's so lush and so beautiful. I always love walking in this area because of the landscaping. It's just a really nice space. But this video today is all about my 10-day travel experience through Japan. I went to Osaka, Kyoto, and I finished my trip in Tokyo with a bonus experience in Seoul, Korea. So let's get this video started. It is actually my second day here in Kyoto. Well, it was my second day in Kyoto. I really loved this city. This was probably my favorite part of the trip because Kyoto has hundreds, if not thousands, of ancient temples, so much rich history. The architecture is so nostalgic of what you might think of Japan when you're planning your trip. Those wooden temples, those torii gates, it just has such a rich vibe to it. And of course, all of Japan and many other cities have that. But from my experience from the 3 cities I went to, this is probably my favorite. So I'm gonna get this video started, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and let's go. I'm walking out of my hotel, which is an onsen hotel called Arashiyama Nishikawacho. It's actually a Ryokan, a traditional Japanese inn, and it's such a unique place. Just showing you around the hotel a bit, it really embraces classic Japanese design. You'll find tatami matted floors, shoji, the beautiful rice paper sliding screens, and a lot of natural bamboo and wood details throughout. There are even small koi ponds tucked into the property, which really create that serene, harmonious atmosphere Japan is so famous for. I chose this hotel specifically because each room comes with its own private onsen, in addition to a public one. And I went for a corner unit, which you'll see just how divine it is. If you don't know, an onsen is basically a traditional Japanese bath, typically filled with natural mineral water from hot springs. In this case, the water here comes from Kyoto's nearby mountains, pure, clean, and rich in minerals. Now stepping out onto the terrace, look at this private soaking tub. Set right on its own terrace, it's outdoors and it's totally open to the sky, facing the mountains, and it's at the top floor of the hotel, so you have this wide open feeling, the mountains in the distance, the sky above you. It's such a spectacular experience. Truly one of the most special hotels I have ever stayed in. Now coming down for breakfast, the hotel includes a traditional Japanese breakfast every morning. If you saw my Emirates flight, you know Japanese breakfasts aren't always my thing, but just look at how beautiful this spread is. I definitely was excited to try everything. I liked some of the dishes here, some others not so much, but overall, I was immersed in a full Japanese food culture, and that is second to none. Wherever I travel, I'm always up for trying new and different cuisines, even if they're totally outside of my norm. Now let's head outside and explore the real reason why I chose to stay in this area, because it's within walking distance of Kyoto's world-famous bamboo forest. But first, you cross over the Katsura River, and honestly, finding the river was its own magical moment for me. The water here is incredibly clear, the greenery all around is so lush, and it just feels like this perfect natural painting, like something out of a dream. Crossing over a little island in the middle of the river, I just took a minute to take it all in. For me, moments like this, being surrounded by nature, are some of the most powerful parts of travel. Just seeing the mountains in the distance, the water flowing beneath you, it's exactly the kind of travel moment that stays with you long after you leave. Now reaching the wider part of the Katsura River and heading towards the bamboo forest. I got there probably around 11 a.m. and as you can imagine, it was packed with people, which is expected for such an iconic site. If you want a quieter experience, definitely try coming either early in the morning or maybe later in the evening. There are also bamboo forests around Kyoto that are much less crowded, but honestly, even with the crowds, seeing this place was incredible. I've seen it online so many times, and it was really special to experience it firsthand. Still walking through the bamboo forest here in Arashiyama and just taking a moment to soak it all in. A little bit of history, bamboo has been used throughout Japan culture for centuries, not just for aesthetics, but also in construction, craftsmanship even in religious contexts. Because bamboo is strong yet flexible, it's a symbol of resilience and purity in Shinto and Buddhist traditions. Architecturally, it's used in everything from fences to roofing structures to interiors and even musical instruments. Now, just pausing here to admire the light. I'm a lover of light, and moments like this, seeing the sun filter through the bamboo leaves, it feels like standing in a natural cathedral. The way the sunlight pierces through and creates these glowing shafts of light is so ethereal, almost otherworldly. These little glowing moments inside this bamboo world are truly special to me personally. Now moving on, right next to the bamboo forest is Tenryu-ji Temple. It's one of Kyoto's most important Zen temples and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Originally built in the 14th century, Tenryu-ji is a masterpiece of traditional Japanese architecture and landscape design. Just look at this stunning gravel garden in the front, the Kare Sansu or dry landscape garden, meticulously raked to represent water ripples. And then at the back, this incredible pond garden framed by small islands of rock and carefully pruned trees. The entire design follows the principles of shake or borrowed scenery, where the distant mountains are incorporated visually into the garden's composition. Walking around, you'll notice the perfected details. The shoji screens, the tatami mats, the open area interiors that blur the lines between inside and outside. It's the epitome of refined Japanese spatial philosophy. Simplicity, fluidity, harmony, and nature. What's wonderful is that you can wander through the grounds freely. There's an additional fee if you want to go inside the main temple building, but even from the open shoji screens, you can peek inside and appreciate the traditional craftsmanship. And look at this view of the lake, just stunning. The koi swimming, the little stone islands, the bridges, it's like stepping into a classical Japanese painting. For me personally, it brings back childhood memories. Growing up in the Bahamas, there was a hotel called the Princess Hotel in Grand Bahama. It had a Balinese, Polynesian, and Japanese style garden, and I loved spending time there as a kid, wandering through the bridges and the little islands. It also had an international bazaar, a global shopping village, and that's actually a big part of why my channel today is called Traveler's Bazaar. It's a tribute to those early travel memories. And as I was leaving, I passed a small group of monks chanting at what appeared to be a shrine or altar. Hearing their prayers echo through the gardens, it just set the tone for the day. It was one of those rare travel moments that feels deeply spiritually moving. Now, moving on, reflecting on my transfer from Osaka to Kyoto, choosing to stay at a Ryokan even just for one night was really important to me to experience traditional Japan firsthand before diving back into the cities. Driving over the Katsura River again, how lovely is this scenery? Now checking into my next hotel, the Thousand Kyoto. This hotel is a stunning example of modern Japanese architecture, minimalist, elegant, yet deeply rooted in tradition. It takes classical elements like wood, textures, soft neutral tones, and the concept of ma, or space, and reinterprets them in a truly contemporary way. Look at this sunken bamboo garden piercing through the center of the building. It's absolutely beautiful. It's a perfect example of how modern Japanese design continues to honor nature, light, and simplicity. The Thousand Kyoto was designed by Tetsuo Kobori architects, and it's organized beautifully around a central void. This soaring open space that anchors the entire hotel. At the heart of this void is the grand staircase, flowing almost sculpturally throughout the center of the building, connecting the lobby to the upper floors in this effortless, monumental way. The entire building is laid out symmetrically around this central axis, a nod to both traditional Japanese spatial planning and a modern sense of balance and calm. And look at this floating fabric sculpture, almost like a cloud or a drifting spirit. It's so delicate, almost weightless, captures the ethereal quality so fundamental to Japanese design. Now, revisiting the central courtyard we passed earlier, seeing it now at night is an entirely different experience. At night, the central void comes alive with a dramatic waterfall projection, a digital art piece that cascades down the staircases like real flowing water. Still admiring the digital waterfall installation cascading down the grand monumental steps here at the Thousand Kyoto, the projection work was created by Wow Inc., a renowned Japanese art collective known for merging technology and design in public spaces. Kyoto has some really cool interactive museums like the Ninja and Samurai Museum I visited next. This museum walks you through the full history of Japan's feudal era, introducing you to the world of the shogunate and the samurai, and of course, the ninja. Japan's feudal system lasted from the 12th century all the way through the 19th century and was dominated by powerful military rulers called shoguns. Beneath them were the samurai, the warrior class, bound by codes of honor known as bushido, and hidden in the shadows, the ninja, who specialized in espionage, sabotage, and unconventional warfare. Throughout the museum, different exhibits bring these histories to life. Here, guides explain the differences between a samurai and a ninja, their weapons, philosophies, and tactics. The samurai, of course, were the noble warriors, while ninjas were often farmers and more commoners trained in secret arts. Moving deeper inside, I got to see a display of authentic samurai swords, some of them hundreds of years old, crafted with extraordinary skill during Japan's Edo period. The blades are not only weapons, but works of art embodying centuries of tradition and craftsmanship. And here's a really fun part. I got to throw shuriken, the iconic star-shaped ninja blades. Admittedly, my aim wasn't the best, but it was such a cool hands-on experience. At the end of the tour, we got to put on samurai armor and helmets for photos, and behind us you can see a backdrop of the Fushimi Inari Torii Gates, another iconic symbol of Kyoto. After that, I moved on to a completely different experience, a traditional Japanese tea ceremony. This experience also included the chance to wear a kimono and participate fully in the ceremony. The tea ceremony, known as Chanoyu or Sado, is an ancient ritual rooted in Zen Buddhism, where every movement, from how you fold the cloth to how you whisk the tea, is a form of mindfulness and respect. I chose to do the tea ceremony with Maikoya, one of the many authentic tea houses offering this immersive cultural experience. Dressing in the kimono felt very special. I was a little hesitant at first, but the host reassured me that this is a way they celebrate and share their culture with visitors. And for me personally, loving tea, loving history, it was a wonderful moment. Growing up in the West Indies, tea is such a big part of our daily life, so this experience connected deeply with me. After making my own matcha tea following the ritual, I wandered around the traditional tea house, soaking in the atmosphere and taking some photos. One of the nice parts is that you actually get to wear your kimono out in the city afterwards, and you'll see a lot of other visitors in Kyoto doing the same. Again, at first I was a little cautious, being mindful of cultural appropriation, but here the experience is encouraged, celebrated, and offered as a way to engage meaningfully with Japanese tradition. Continuing my walk through Kyoto's back streets, the city is filled with these interconnected alleyways similar to Osaka. And look at this giant animatronic crab at the end of Kyoto's covered shopping streets, very similar to the famous crab restaurant Kani Daroku in Osaka. I didn't dine here, but if any of you have, definitely let me know in the comments. I love seafood, so I'll be sure to check it out next time I'm in Kyoto. Still wandering through Kyoto in my kimono, capturing some beautiful content and really loving this unique experience. Moving on to Kyoto's night energy, it's something else. The warm lights, the softly lit temples, and the quiet back streets, it's like stepping into a dream. Before continuing exploring, I stopped for a dinner at the Park Hyatt Kyoto, one of the city's top luxury hotels. I ate at their casual brasserie downstairs called Kyoto Bistro. It's open to the public, has an open kitchen and a relaxed atmosphere, and serves beautifully prepared dishes. I was so hungry I forgot to film the food, but I did catch a glimpse of the open kitchen, and the vibe was absolutely spot on, stylish, casual, and delicious. After dinner, I headed back out into Kyoto's historic back streets near the Higashiyama district. This area is one of Kyoto's most preserved and iconic neighborhoods, with winding stone paths, traditional wooden buildings, and hidden temples around every corner. And here it is, the Asaka Pagoda, one of Kyoto's most famous landmarks, officially called Ryokan Temple. The pagoda dates back to the 6th century, though it has been rebuilt several times over the centuries. Seeing it lit up at night rising into the dark sky was absolutely magical. At night, the crowds thin out and you can really take in the architecture, the atmosphere, and the quiet beauty of this ancient city. If you come here later in the evening around 9 or 10 p.m., you have the place almost to yourself. It's beautifully lit and perfect for capturing photos and soaking in the real timeless Kyoto. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll close out here, but be sure to tune in for my next and final day in Kyoto. If you're just joining me, this is part of my 10-day Japan series exploring Osaka, Kyoto, Tokyo, and a bonus trip to Seoul. You can catch all the episodes in my Japan 10-day series playlist. Thank you for watching Traveler's Bazaar, where we present the best in lifestyle, architecture, and design. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Traveler's Bazaar so you won't miss a thing. I'm Quinn Russell, and I'll see you in the next one.